Okay, guys, good morning. So I had to combine two strategies together in order to, because the first one I did was just one, but I just had to combine the two most important indicators. And then I tried to deduce it so that it's going to be a whole lot more easier for understanding. Okay, so it's actually a swing trade whereby you understand how to trade the crypto market, the financial markets. We are going to keep it as simple as possible. They are going to we're going to have the part three of the part five because it's quite long, but I'm going to take my time to do it in a way that you understand. And so it's actually based off on the characteristics of a swing trade. All right, this is far from scalping. You can also use it to scalp on the 5 minute time frame and the 1 minute time frame, especially for those trading futures on crypto, whereby you just hit and run. Okay, but for this, we are using the 4 hour time frame, and then we are using the 1 hour for our entry. Okay, so some of the indicators we have here is the squeeze momentum. So when you go to your trading view, just type SQ. All right, I'm not really a fan of indicator, but I have good knowledge about it and how to combine it to make something good. And you can see it has 79,886 users on TradingView using it. It's one of those top indicators out there that is really, really good. Okay, so when you click on squeeze momentum, these are the settings you're going to use. All right, just 20 to 20, I don't know, probably pretty much default. And then I think I adjusted my color to make it more appealing to the eyes. All right, so that's that about the squeeze momentum. How it works is when it is colored green, it is indicative that we are in a strong bullish momentum. And then when we have the green being faded to dark a little, it means some signs of decrease. You can see strong bullish momentum. And then when the green started turning dark, you can see that the market started declining. Okay, as well as here, when we have it in thick red, it's indicative of a strong bearish move, indicative. And then when we have some black colors, the coming up on the red is indicative that we have a slight change in market shift. Notwithstanding, the market can always continue as it's normal with most indicators, they lag, but this indicator has that capacity to tell you if the market is ranging, if there is momentum. If the market is ranging, sometimes you see the histogram in a straight line. Look at this. It means the market is ranging. Okay, let me show you more examples. When you have less or no histogram, it means the market is ranging. Something like this, there was no clear volume or clear momentum in the market. I don't know if I could see more examples, but that's pretty much it. And let's let me see if there's another example. Okay, something like this, but is actually small, but no problem. We can go ahead. So basically, this is how my chart looks in it, and then the indicator below is RSI. These are the settings. Okay, and then I'm using period 4, or you can use period 7. So the purpose of RSI is basically to look out for what divergence and to look out for other blocks. and to look out for some key points of interest. Okay, so let's look at the example. So we start our analysis on H4. On H4, this is BTC. So how do we identify the trend? The first things first in identifying the trend is look out for your indicator. Let me make this back, which is the squeeze momentum. For trend identification, first look at the H4. Second, look at the squeeze momentum indicator. So this is how you look out for trend. So let's find out. So when it's colored red, what you do is put a cross here. This is showing you that from this point to the current position we have on BTC on the H4 time frame, we are in a bearish trend. So just keep it as simple as that. Don't stress yourself about it. So after you've established that, you can see from this point to this point, it's all been colored red. How do you enter for a sell or for a buy? Okay, so after having identified this, the next thing is go to H1 for entry. Go to H1 for entries. Now, when you go to H1 for entries, you can look out for order block. Look out for order blocks or divergence on the RSI. So you can look out for order blocks or divergence on the RSI, but this is advanced entries. So let me just name this under advanced entries. I'm going to explain. So this is the advanced entry model. And then beginner entry model or a simple entry model. Look for a signal from the RSI or squeeze on H1. Take profit should be 1:2 or 1:3. All right, so just you can write this down, keep it in mind. So for trend identification, we're looking at the word squeeze momentum. It has to be colored red or colored green. You put a line from where the red color starts so that anything you're doing on BTC, it's only towards taking sell positions. So for the advanced entry model, we're going to look out for order blocks or divergence on the RSI. And then simple entry model, look out for signal from RSI or squeeze momentum. And that is what I'm going to be explaining shortly. All right, so first things first, I said put your crosshair. You can come here, click here, and then come to the vertical line over here. All right, so now go to H1. Now take a look at this. I'm going to start with the simple entry model. Now on H4, we know that it is bearish, so we are only looking at for what? sell signal. So this was the first sell signal we got. And where do we place our stop loss? So take a short position from this first histogram, which we can see here. I'm coming. Let me edit this. I'm going to make this right. And then take profit should be green. All right, so our stop loss should be above the previous candle. Okay, the previous candle, or you can just input parabolic SAR. Let me see if I can figure out a way where I can I'm trying to see where I can give you a good stop loss. Okay, so basically your stop loss should be above the previous candle or the previous swing high, which is at this point, but it will be so much because it will limit your possibility of having a 1:2. So if let me show you closely, let's zoom in closely. This was where we got the first signal, right? This is under the simple entry model. So our stop loss will be here, and then our target should be what? 1:2. And so if we extend this close, we can see that it did hit 1:2. Even if we decided to have done 1:3, let me see, yeah, it did hit 1:3. So we have made 3% of our account if we were risking what? 1%. Now, why for some reasons I did not say we should use the parabolic SAR for entry, some of you can still choose to use it. So on H1, when the parabolic SAR appears from above, you can enter. You can also ignore this, but one of the best signals to take is when this appears from above. There's parabolic SAR giving you a signal, and then this is also colored in red. It gives you high probability entry. Example, this point. So in cases like this, all you have to do is, if you want to use the parabolic SAR, when you enter, you place your stop loss above the parabolic SAR and then target a 1:2 or a 1:3. And then you can see this was good. Look at another signal we had here. Put your stop loss above the parabolic SAR. We had a signal here. Target 1:2. Then you extend. So these are the simple models. All right, I'm using the parabolic SAR more like a stop loss. So we have another parabolic SAR indicator here. Sorry, indication for a sell signal. So if we put our entry here, our stop loss is really going to be high, okay, considering. So what you can do is put it above the previous 1 hour candle and then target 1:2. So this trade will still be on if we use parabolic SAR as our entry criteria. Notwithstanding, without the use of parabolic SAR, the original or the standard is using the squeeze momentum, though it lags a little. It does lag a little, and so I still prefer it because it's conservative. Because we had a sell signal here, it was good. We had a sell signal here, it was good. We also have a sell signal at this point, and it's still going. All right, so let's just hide the parabolic SAR for a moment. So talking about the advanced entry criteria, remember H4, we have already discovered that the overall sentiment from this position, until we see something, until we see green histogram, then we can consider that we are in a buy trend change. But in the meantime, we are still considered bearish. The market is going to keep moving downwards, and so let's hide the parabolic SAR. And if we want to use the advanced model for entries, let me zoom in close. This is where it gets interesting. Now, first things first, RSI is our point of interest. I prefer the 90 and 10 levels. Sorry, just a moment. Levels. I'm trying to use the 90 and then use the 10 or 20. Or we can use 18 because mine was set at 70. Then let's save as default. So that I could have some more space. So anytime RSI gets to the 80 level, it's indicative of what? A point of interest. So sorry for that slight break in transmission. Okay, so whenever RSI gets to the 80 level, this is where it gets interesting. You only have to figure out if it's at a potential zone, or you look out for divergence. And so, sorry, let me put this. Now look at this. At this point, we have our order block here. I'm not going to go into details. You are advised to join the advanced class to understand how this works. So we have a breaking structure, and then we have our order block here. So I think it was the advanced students I was teaching why you can use the week as your order block. So, and then look at this. This was the entry at this point. All right. So it doesn't matter if this is green or we already know on H4, the overall sentiment is what? Bearish. And so these are for sniper entries. All right. So we have another break of structure at this point. And so where is the order block? The order block is this candle. Yeah. Sorry, if we use the premium and discounts, I think I've taught you guys, check some of the videos on the channel. You can see another entry at this point, because this was the potential last order block before this move. Though this was the last order block, but we cannot use this. Why can't we use this? Because this was not at a level, this order block, we need it to be above 50% of the range. That's from this point to this point. And so you could see this entry. Now, this was another clear entry at this point. RSI just keeps giving us those point of interest where we can have sniper entries, and that is where it gets more interesting. And apart from using order blocks to wreck the market, having H4 as our overall bearish sentiment, we can use divergence. So over here we had some nice divergence, and then we had some nice, I think, yeah, some nice divergence at this point. So at this point, was there another divergence? I think we had another good divergence at this point. So this is how you can kill the crypto market using the advanced model. All right. But basically, all you have to understand is the point for the simple model, H4 analysis, trend confirmation, H1 entry, or you can use the parabolic SAR to enter, target your 1:2, and then you move. Then for the advanced model, that is where divergence, RSI point of interest comes into play. This is quite beautiful and unique. So if I was going to use the advanced model, I would need this structure to be broken, and then I would map out my order block before I can potentially take a trade, right? So let's go back to H4 and see what we had in other cases. So let's use an example that is going to be pretty much challenging. So if you take note of this point to this point, let me just, yeah. So this point, because from this point, why is not getting duplicated? All right, so now let's look at buy signals we would have noticed at this point. So if for any reason H4 is so, it's too much for you, if you want to use lower time frame, H1 should be your higher time frame and M15 should be your entry time frame. So let's go to H1 and see if there was a signal. So from this point to this point, did we get a signal? Yeah, so we had a buy signal at this point, but were we able to hit a 1:2? Let's see. So this should be right. Okay. So yeah, we had the buy signal. Place stop loss below previous. Okay, so yeah, this did hit a 1:2. Okay, let's see other example. So this was only one example because we cannot take this, all this has been green starting from this point. So this was the only example we had and it was good. Now let's look at if parabolic side gave us some signals. We had a signal here. I think this didn't hit 1:2. We had it. So the challenge with the simple entry model is that you may be entering late. Example, look at where parabolic side is giving us a buy signal, and then look at, so that's why I still prefer our squeeze momentum. I would only want to use the parabolic side for cases of stop loss placement. So let's hide it and then look at the advanced model. So we had a root SI at the 20 level, indicative of what? A buy signal. So let's see, we had a divergence. All right, we had a divergence, and so guys, this was powerful. This was one of those good trades, and you can see that this was more like a sniper. Okay, and then our stop loss below the previous one. So this was able to do 1:3.45. If we had just a 1:3 in mind as our target, it would have hit. If we had 1:2, it would have hit nicely. Did we get another buy signal? Okay, so here we got another buy signal at this point and at this point. Okay, but there's something, if we needed to use order block as a criterion for entering this trade. So at this point, was there a valid break of structure? So yes, so we had this high being taken out. So we had this high being taken out by this one. So where's the order block? This is the order block. And so if for any reason we wanted to enter a buy position, it would be at this order block, which is sitting here. All right. Okay, so I just wanted the video to be short and very concise, and this is good, guys. It's also to help you. It works in every single market. Let me see how long this video has been on, because I just do not want it to exceed 40 minutes so that it's going to be short and then drive on the lesson. But notwithstanding, let's look at some more examples, maybe just one or two more examples. So let's start from this point, just bear with me, to this point. Okay, so we had a very long bearish sentiment from this point to this point. So let's look at H1. Let me delete this. Let me just go to that area where I have that. All right. So You can see using the squeeze momentum, or if we put the parabolic, so let's start with the simple. Sorry, this will be quite somehow for your eyes, but you can see we had a sell signal here. This hit almost 1:20. Notwithstanding, let's just keep 1:2 was hit. We had another sell signal here with the parabolic saw. 1:3 was hit. We had another sell signal here. Was perfect. So yeah, we had a loss. And notice most times the signals aligned with the red colored histogram. So that was beautiful. We had another one here. This was good. I mean, we had a lot of good signals. All right. So what about using the squeeze momentum? So let's hide the parabolic sir. Oh, sorry, I missed second somehow. Okay, so let me just delete this, this, and then hide the parabolic sir. All right. So looking at this, we had a signal. I mean, the squeeze momentum has been bearish, so there was literally no fresh signal until up to this point where we had a signal and it was good, and then this point where we had another signal, it was good, and then we had another signal here, it was good. I mean, it was all win, win, win. And so what about using the advanced model? Let's see. If we wanted to use the advanced model using order block, so we had the first break of structure at this point, and so where was the order block? Here. Okay, let me just, I'm not going to go into in-depth reasons why this was the order block. You can, so we had another one here, break of structure. So where was the order block? This was the order block. Right, but it didn't get to that point. So we had another break of structure. Where was the other block? This was the other block, but it didn't get to that point. So we had another break of structure. Where was the other block? We had this week as the other block, and then we also could have this place as a potential level for the other block. All right, so we would have entered at this point, and that was good. So we had another one here. So the price did not come there. So sorry, let's reduce it a little. And then we had this. So where was the order block for that? The whole of this candle week, and you can see how price reacted to it. And then where was, let's go further. You can see how the entries were sniper. So we had this break of structure. This was the other block. We had some reaction because this was the other block. But if we have to consider the 50% equilibrium using premium and discounts, then obviously this would have been. And then if we needed to use our RSI, we would have spotted lots and lots of divergence. Lots and lots of divergence, but I really do not want to keep you guys so long on this video. Okay, so that's how you can use the advanced model. You can use the simple model to just keep taking trades. And I know I'm not really breaking down the order block and technical analysis part, but it's something I've taught in previous videos, and this is good. This is going to give you an edge even in boom and crash. Unfortunately, these particular indicators are not there, but I'm going to do something on boom and crash for you guys. So thank you so much. And this is also to encourage you to join the mentorship class. It's divided into two: the mentorship class and then the advanced mentorship class, whereby you get in-depth analysis and a whole lot more information. It has been amazing. Do we have something on Boomer Crash before I call it? It has been amazing, and we just keep pushing hard. So I'm just going to encourage you. The mentorship platform is really going to change your trading game after now. Okay, as a matter of fact, because I'm doing this video for you guys, what is going to happen is make sure you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, send me a screenshot on WhatsApp if you intend joining the mentorship class, and I'm going to do something beautiful for you. Make sure you screenshot that you're a subscriber to the channel, send me a message on WhatsApp. This particular video will be uploaded on YouTube. Like, subscribe to the channel, send me a screenshot as a confirmation on WhatsApp, and then I'm going to do something for you, something beautiful. All right, so this is where we are going to be buying Crash 500 from. Okay, this is where we're going to be buying Crash 500 from. Let's look at if we don't see bullish confirmation here, then we're going to use this point. Let's look at Crash 1000. Okay, so Crash 1000, I actually bought from this level, and so it has gotten to where I can consider a really good buy opportunity because it took out the structure. It took out the structure. Then it has taken out liquidity at this point. Notwithstanding, also we had this break. Okay, so we need the structure to be broken. If you want to catch spike, we need the structure to be broken, and then you can consider selling from this point. To this point. So from this point to this point, I expect, yeah. So that's basically the analysis on Crash 1K, and I wouldn't want to do all the analysis. I'm actually tired. Thank you so much, and don't forget like, subscribe, and send me a message.